Rescue efforts are underway. We've learned after a U.S. military refueling plane went down in western Iraq. U.S. Central Command tonight saying the KC-135 aircraft is part of the ongoing military operations against Iran. Now, there were 5 crew members a part of this refueling plane. Casualties, though, at this hour remain unclear. CENTCOM stating tonight, quote, 2 aircraft were involved in the incident. One of the aircraft went down in western Iraq and the second landed safely. This was not due to hostile fire or friendly fire. Meantime, Iran's new supreme leader issuing his purported first public statement on the war today. It's believed he was injured in the same strike that killed his father. He vowed to continue attacking Iran's Gulf Arab neighbors and threatened to use the Strait of Hormuz as leverage.
And also, we should use the closure of the Hormuz Strait in our fight against the enemy.
Concerns about attacks on oil tankers really helping push oil prices back over the $100 a barrel mark today. The White House just announcing tonight it is now taking steps to ease sanctions on Russian oil to help the global supply. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent telling Sky News tonight that the U.S. military will begin escorting ships through that strait, a critical passageway, as soon, he says, as militarily possible.
At a news conference today, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israeli attacks killed one of Iran's top nuclear scientists and hit several others. Netanyahu called Iran's new supreme leader a puppet of Iran's strongest military group. He also repeated outreach to Iranians, saying a new path of freedom was approaching and that it was in their hands. A hacking group connected to Iran has claimed responsibility for a cyber attack on a U.S. medical technology company. The group writing on X, the attack was retaliation for the recent military strike on an Iranian elementary school. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. You've been digging into the details today, Jeff, including any potential risk to the American public. What more can you share?
So the Iranian-linked hacker group who pulled off this specific attack is called Handala. Their target, medical tech company Stryker, headquartered in Michigan. The hack widely disrupting its networks while also wiping employees' laptops and also cell phones. Now, experts say while the attack seems to be isolated, Americans need to remain cautious.
The reality is, now that this is happening, we have to have wartime thinking, which means if you go to a trusted site and there's ads, don't click on them.
Eric Cole, former CIA and a cybersecurity expert, tells the National News Desk Iran knows it can't hold its weight with the U.S. in a kinetic war, so it's resorting to cyber attacks to flex some muscle.
When it comes to cyber weapons, they can go anywhere in the world, including anywhere in the United States.
One of its first targets, a medical tech company headquartered in Michigan called Stryker, who confirmed this week a cyber attack had disrupted its Microsoft environment, primarily deleting all information from employee laptops and cell phones, but didn't demand a ransom. A Stryker employee who wants to remain anonymous telling Sinclair's WWMT they received this message from the company. We are experiencing a severe global disruption impacting all Stryker laptops and systems that connect to our network. EDT is working to resolve the issue.
This, to me, was sort of a warning shot. And now, based on how the U.S. responds, this could get very interesting over the next week to 2 weeks.
Iran-linked hacking group Handala taking responsibility for the cyber attack. Writing on X, it acted out of retaliation for the military strike on an Iranian elementary school, claiming over 200,000 systems, servers, and mobile devices were wiped clean, along with 50 terabytes of critical data being extracted. Security expert David Kennedy telling Fox News as the threat intensifies of more Iranian cyber attacks, he believes U.S. corporations are prepared.
So we're prepared for this within the United States, but it's definitely not perfect. And Iran's just looking for those little tiny, flaws within our infrastructure that they can use to create as much havoc as possible.
But Kennedy adding, as the war continues, Americans need to remain extra cautious.
Over this next, few weeks to few months, we need to be on high alert, continue to step up our security game because we are going to see more attacks against the enterprise.
Now, Stryker has explicitly stated that its critical medical products, like its surgical robots, are completely safe to use and have not been compromised. However, as of tonight, its Microsoft environment remains disrupted. Reporting for the National News Desk, I'm Jeff Harris.